everyone. Welcome to Heart Center Tarot. And as always, my name is Marina and I'm your guide for this portion of the journey. So, I'm glad you're back. And if you're here for the first time, I hope that you will find something of value here. So, for those who have already had their turkey, was it good? And for those of us that are having it tomorrow, can't wait. Can't wait. Love to have the turkey dinners. So I hope that this year, if you haven't had a chance to spend time with family, that you're able to get together and have Thanksgiving with your family. And if not, I hope that you will have someone over who perhaps has family far away. Anyway, however you spend it, I hope you enjoy it. I hope it's a good one for you. So, this past week has been very, very interesting. To say the least, there's been lots of things going on, especially south of the border. And you know, if nothing else, you could always count on the Trumps to give you some good entertainment. That's what they do best. They entertain. So I thought that we would take a look and see what is happening down there. I'd like to take a look at Facebook and see what's in the cards for Facebook. I'd like to see what's in the cards for the January 6th committee, particularly what's going to happen to the guys who got the subpoenas and who said or decided that it's a piece of paper, doesn't mean anything, and I can just carry on with my life because, well, you know, I am who I am. And also the Trumps. You know, some of them are being very quiet, some of them are being very, very pensive and reflective and so on. So I'd like to see where their minds are at and kind of take it from there. And I do have to admit that I have not paid too much attention to Stephanie Grisham and her book and all that kind of stuff. You know, I think for me personally, the time to have said something was the first time that something happened that you didn't agree with. Not after the fiasco was over and then you raise your hand and say, well, I was there when it was going on and I objected to everything. Well, no, you didn't. You kind of stayed there and you took notes so you could put it in a book and hopefully make a buck or two. So, yeah, when it comes to the credibility and the, you know, who you are as a human being, that doesn't rate highly with me. That doesn't impress me. So, you know, I may have heard a thing here and there from either other readers or on TV or whatnot, but I haven't gone searching. I haven't Googled anything. You know, just don't care. So, let's take a look first at our Return of Spirit oracle cards. Let's see if Spirit has any messages for us going forward. And then I'm trying to decide if I'm going to use the Art Nouveau Tarot, which you know is my favorite deck, or if I'm going to introduce you to the deck that I created. And I must say it has been very successful so far. I'm quite pleased with the messages that are coming through and the clarity of the messages. So, for now, we're asking Spirit what it is that we should know going forward. Is there anything that's happening this week that we should keep an eye on? And just what is the overall energy this week? And I don't know how some of those readers can just fan out the cards and they all fan perfectly, and I guess as with anything else, it's practice, but boy, I admire anyone who can do that. Contact. Up. Then up there. Divinity. Okay. Maybe while we're concentrating on Thanksgiving and the long weekend, we should kind of look up and spend a little time with Source. Spend a little time with whatever entity you tend to worship. Okay. That was a piece of paper that was on a desk, laying flat on a desk, that just decided that it was going to fold over and fall down. Okay, Spirit, thank you. So, spend a little bit of time with Spirit and spend a little time in gratitude for what you do have. Concentrate on what you have rather than what you don't have. Look up to the sky during the day. Look up to the sky at night. And just take in the wonder of what there is. Be grateful that, most of us are inhaling clean air. Most of us can see stars when we look up at night. Most of us are very, very blessed, even if we don't think we are. It's just a matter of how you look at things. So, yes, if you want to know how lucky you are, ask Spirit to show you. Ask Spirit to maybe gently reveal to you some of the things that other people in the world are experiencing right now that is neither pleasant nor abundant nor blessed. And maybe that's what needs to happen for you to realize that you live a charmed life. A lot of us live a charmed life. And we need to appreciate that. All right. So let me put those here to one side. I can always refer to them later. And very quickly, I will say a little meditation. And if you'd like to join in with me, that's great. If you don't feel compelled to join in, that's great too. So, I call on my guides, ancestors, angels, and ascended masters to protect me as I receive and deliver these messages from Universal Spirit. May this reading and the messages provided be guided by and delivered with love, clarity, and truth. Reveal to me what should be known now, and keep from me what should remain secret. Guide me to always manifest the highest possible good for myself, my spiritual family, and humanity at large. Amen. Alrighty. So, let's start off with the Art Nouveau, and then I'm going to introduce you and use the deck that I have created. And first thing that I'd like to ask is Facebook. Did the outage on Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, did that happen in retaliation to the whistleblower who was testifying in front of Congress at the time? Or was that just one of those things? But did Facebook specifically shut down the sites during the testimony of the whistleblower? Oh, the Page of Cups. The Ace of Pentacles. The Star. The Moon. And the Seven of Pentacles. Yes. It was shut down as a means of control, as a means to try to control the narrative, try to control the story that would be coming out. It's about money. It's about money and the things that Zuckerberg and Facebook have turned a blind eye to in order to make a dollar. So, and yes, entertainment purposes only. Here we go. We've got the Star. Things are being exposed, and what is being exposed is the sort of underhanded, emotional, yucky things that Facebook has been doing. And what have they been doing? Well, they know that what they're putting out there, the content, is hurtful to people, and it is hurting people. And they have chosen not to do anything about it, because the more malicious something is, the uglier it is, the more salacious it is, the more clicks that are going to get there, the more likes it's going to receive, the more advertising dollars are going to come in. And it's all about the dollar. All about the mighty, mighty dollar. And these people have lost their way. They've lost their their moral compass. You know, they're concentrating on what they have grown, what they are growing, and seeing what it is um, that they can put in there to grow. And you know, the message of, well, you know, we're doing everything we can. Well, absolutely no. Now that it's been pointed out to us, we are going to go back and we are going to review all of those things, and we are going to take all of that advertising down, and you know, any website that promotes that kind of you know, horrible misinformation and whatnot, well, you know, yeah, we're going to take them down. You know what? It's kind of like closing the barn door after the cow gets out, right? You can make all the promises you want now. The time to do that was before this happened. The time to do that was when your own algorithms and your own professionals and your own staff were telling you that this is what's happening and this is the effect that the sites are having on different groups of people. That would have been the time to do something about it, but you didn't. You didn't. And you know what? We saw how Zuckerberg cozied up to Trump, and you know, you can support someone without saying, oh no, I support this guy, right? Because Trump was making him money, of course. Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he? Like, Trump was the cash cow. So, yes, so I think that's where Facebook is. And yeah, I think, you know, maybe they're thinking about how nice it was way back in the day, you know, when this was a way to communicate with families and you know, share what different family members were doing, so on. You know, and then, you know, the money came in, and the more money that came in, the more deals, the more um, relationships that were being built, and you know, you're kind of concentrating on making the money rather than you know, the happy families. And yes, Ten of Pentacles, oh my gosh, they all of a sudden it just blew up, and it's like Facebook is able to, it's like they're printing money for entertainment purposes only, YouTube. And then what comes in? All of a sudden questions start coming in, and what did they do? They juggle. Oh, we're going to look into it. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We had no idea. It was, you know, no one said anything. How are we to know? We're just, you know, we're just a site where people can share pictures, and how could we possibly have known? Yeah, I think somebody told you that things could end up being, yeah, quiet as a tomb, where there's a good possibility that everything just goes very quiet. Yeah. So that's what they did. They took the opportunity to shut the sites down, Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. I think in an effort to control the narrative was number one. Number two, I think they shut it down to kind of scare people into like, yeah, really? You want to see what life is like without Facebook and without Instagram and so on? Well, we'll just take it down, and then you'll see how much you need us. And at least most of the people that I know, that I spoke to about it said, really? Facebook was down? Oh well. So yeah, I think this has backfired on Mr. Zuckerberg, and rightly so. I don't think that someone like him should be allowed to have as much sway over the public as he does. I don't think he has the moral compass to accomplish that. At least in my humble opinion, for what it's worth, you know. And I'm allowed to have an opinion. I'm a human being. I have a brain. I can think for myself. So, anyway, now I want to take a look and see what will happen to the people who got the subpoenas and who decided that they didn't need to respond to them. They didn't need to show up. They didn't need to provide anything that was being asked of them. That a subpoena is just, it's a piece of paper. It doesn't mean anything because I am special and I don't have to comply with those things. So I'd like to see what's going to happen with those people. Is the Department of Justice going to step in? Is the Attorney General going to step in? Is anybody going to step in and say, no, you know what, this is a pretty serious thing? And yeah, when you're subpoenaed, you need to show up. Because let's face it, if the people that were subpoenaed were black or brown or red, they would be sitting in a jail cell right now at 12:01 a.m. on Friday. When that information wasn't delivered, they would have been picked up, they would have been tossed in jail. Chances are they would have been a trial by now, and they would have been convicted. But these are wealthy white men, and, well, who's going to go after them? Somebody better. Somebody better. Otherwise, why bother having subpoenas? Why bother asking anyone? Why compel anyone to come and testify if they can simply say, no, thanks for the invite, but you know what, I'd rather not. So, what do we have here? Okay. Hangman. We have wands here. I think this is the page of wands. So contemplating ideas. Oh, we have the Knight of Swords. Okay then. Let's not give up yet. We have the Five of Swords. And we have Justice. Okay, folks. Get your popcorn. Reserve your seats. Because, yeah, for those who decided that they were going to, you know, not do anything, I'm just going to stay here where I am and I'm just going to contemplate other solutions. Yeah, they are thinking about ways to get out of this and sharing ideas on what they're going to do and how best to react. And here comes the Knight of Swords. Yeah, this is the prosecutors. This is the the police, this is the government officials. It's like, yeah, we're coming for you. We're coming in hard and fast. Okay. The Five of Swords, sort of walking away, knowing when you're done, when you're finished. And I hope that they realize that, yeah, it's time to put the weapon down and face the music, face with what you have done, because here's Lady Justice, right? She's got that sword and she wants the truth. And she's not going to stop till she gets the truth. And she wants the absolute truth. So I think that they tried. I think they failed, and I think that possibly this week we just might be hearing about what's going to happen to these poor picked on white boys. And let me see. Yeah, the world is watching. Everybody's watching to see what's going to happen next. You know, does your dog have any bite? Right? Are you just is the committee able to do anything, or is it just a bunch of talk? Because you know what? People don't have time for talk anymore. We've got the lovers, the contracts, the deals that were made. You look after me, I look after you, and you know, we don't have to do this and whatnot. And the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so shuffling, juggling around. You know, what are we going to do? What are we going to say? What not? The Ace of Pentacles, money. Right? It's I'm wondering if maybe some of them aren't suggesting to the committee that they will come down if they're paid to come down. I wouldn't be surprised. The Nine of Wands. This is the wounded warrior, right? Or wounded healer, or whatever. It's, you know, you fought and you fought and you fought and you fought, and yeah, there comes a time to say, okay, I'm beat, and you are beat. So time to give up. Alrighty. So that was for Mr. Steve Bannon, and who was there? Stephen Miller, I think. I'm not sure who the other guys were that were subpoenaed. But you know what? There's more coming. Okay, my friends, right here. This is the deck that I was sort of guided to put together. Okay, 64 cards, and some have pictures and sayings, some have just sayings, some have, okay, this is one of them. Whoops. Okay, not your issue. Let's take a look at another one. New career. Friendship. Hey, I told you I'm not an artist. Karma. Karmic release. Be kind. Okay. So now you've seen some of the cards. I read them intuitively, and I also read them like a little bit like Lenormand cards, if you're familiar with Lenormand. And so far, as I say, they have been very, very, very accurate. All right, so the question that I want to ask with these is, I think I forgot my third question. I wanted to ask about Facebook. Oh yes, yeah, okay, came to me. Yeah, the Trumps. And let's see, will Donald Trump will he have to testify in front of the January 6th committee? Okay. Answers come in dreams. Institutions. Synchronicity. Justice. Legal matters. And friendship. So, what I would get from this is that, yes, he will be asked to come in and testify. There are so many little bits of evidence against him and what he knew, who he communicated with, what friends did he discuss January 6th and what would happen. Who did he talk to about putting the institution and the institutions at risk? Okay. The answers come in dreams could be, you have a problem and you think about it before you go to bed at night, and somehow in your dream the answer comes. It could also be that these are the answers that people want to know, and we've been dreaming that he's going to be held responsible, and maybe he will. Okay, let me take a look at the next row. We have divine guidance, act fast, fear or false evidence appearing real, time for change, and feed your soul. All right. The Justice Department is not going to have a whole lot of time before they're going to have to act and call him in. I think Divine Guidance is going to be working with the DOJ, with Biden, with the other people that are involved, and is just sort of going to come in with synchronicity and divine guidance to be able to get him to have to appear, to force him to appear. He's scared. He is afeared, as well he should be. But, he's making a lot of noise, and that's what it is. It's a lot of the noise to his supporters about what will happen if he's not back in power, all the awful things that are going to happen, and so on. And yet convincing them that false evidence appears real when it doesn't. It doesn't. And it's time for change, not only in the legal system, but how the U.S. keeps, how they hold people accountable, right? That has to change. And feed your soul. We've got to get back to that, that honesty, that morality, that, when you gave your word, it meant something. Where, people were presumed to tell the truth because most people did tell the truth. Unlike now, where we've gotten so used to people lying that that's what you expect. When you hear from someone, you expect that they're going to tell you a story and they're going to lie. So I think we need to get back to the time where we're feeding our soul, we're living in kindness, we're living in truth and honesty and our own power, where we value each other and we respect each other. So that's what I'm getting for that. And that's what my cards are telling me. So if you have any comments, please share them with me. If you like my cards and you would like me to use them more often, please let me know. It would mean the world to me, because they are something that is very, very personal, and I am honored to be able to present them. So please give this video a thumbs up. Please consider becoming a subscriber. The closer that I get to the magic number, whatever that number is, that I can then start doing live videos, the better, because I would love to see an audience on the other side of this that is sort of interacting with me. So anyway, enjoy the long weekend. Take care of yourselves. Take care of the people you love. And until we're back here playing again, know that I welcome knowing that you're there. And I appreciate you very much. Take care. Love you.